Coming up, the cost of senior pictures is going down. We'll tell you why.
One student went to Las Vegas and became a champion in a boxing ring.
Plus, we have a new varsity sport at the high school. Those stories and look at the weather this week on Viking News.
Broadcasting stories that matter. From Atlantic City High School TV, Viking News starts right now.
Hi everyone, and welcome to this October edition of Viking News. Along with your Doris Smartell, I'm Sir Lucky.
This is the time of year when seniors are taking their graduation photos. You may not know this, but those pictures were really expensive in the past. Now the price has gone down dramatically. Zane Lee tells us why.
Ms. Rosenfeld has put together the yearbook for the last 4 years, and she noticed there were many students skipping their class photos.
The pricing for them to purchase the pictures was ultra expensive and too expensive for them to purchase. So therefore, they were skipping on the yearbook pictures.
As a professional photographer for 20 years, Ms. Rosenfeld asked the administration to take the photos herself to save students money.
I think seeing that their own children were at that point getting their senior pictures done and seeing the cost of it, they realized that it really was a cost-effective for us to do in-house.
In the past, students would pay about $270 for 4 digitals. Now they get 5 digitals for $100. Besides the cost, there are other benefits. Ms. Rosenfeld is taking more pictures of each student, and she tries to make sure every photo looks perfect.
Well, she was really nice about it, which made it the experience more comfortable for me, and I'm sure for a lot of others as well, because she really seemed to care, which is nice.
Once the pictures are taken, students can see them online within 2 weeks. And what do they think?
I think that the pictures came out absolutely amazing, especially for them not to be edited. From previous years with different companies and stuff, I can say the pictures she took topped them.
The money paid for the pictures will go toward fundraisers at the school, which students love, not to mention that lower costs.
I think it's great that it's more affordable for all students, and I think it also means we can get more pictures, and the fact that it's going back into the school, I think it's really important to grow our school and grow the photography program and all the programs in Atlantic City.
For Viking News, I'm Zane Lee.
As a senior, I'm really glad our principal costs much less. Thank you, Ms. Roosevelt and Ms. Kahn, for making this happen. We all know sports is a big part of the high school, so students will be happy to know that for the first time, we have a volleyball team. The boys will play in the spring while the girls' season is underway. Emily Santiago tells about the Vikings' newest varsity sport.
Students have been waiting for volleyball to become a varsity sport.
I'm a senior here, but I've been playing volleyball since I was in middle school. So coming here, and even though it's my last year, I'm very excited to play the sport.
Head coach Miss Lemons is a first-year teacher here at the High. She spent the last 2 years as an assistant coach for the boys team at Mainland. When she was hired here, she was determined to make volleyball a varsity sport.
I know that there's been a lot of interest, especially from the girls. They've always wanted one, and there's been a club for a little while, but I think the final push to making it a sport, they just needed someone to say, okay, I'll do it, and I couldn't be happier that I'm that person.
The enthusiasm for students to play was overwhelming. 44 girls tried out, but only 20 made the team.
Oh, I was so stoked. I loved volleyball my whole life because of my mom, so I was actually really excited that I made it on the team.
I was really happy. I waited a year for it, and I was kind of nervous, but once I saw the roster, I was like, ooh.
The volleyball team has already played a handful of games this season, and even though they're a new program, they want to win every time they take the court.
It's very important because nobody wants to lose. Nobody ever wants to lose.
Even though it's our first year, I would say winning is still pretty important because it's good to come out our first year, even though we're halfway through the season, and come out strong, and to show that we can start late but still come out strong and still win.
For Viking News, I'm Emily Santiago.
That's great that we have a volleyball team. It's been a long time since the school added a varsity sport. The last time there was a new sport was boys lacrosse. That was 12 years ago. The football team finished their regular season with a 7-1 record. There was so much energy during home games. Adding to the excitement was the band making their return for the first time in 3 years. The school had been looking for a new band director, and they found a great one in Mr. Ahmad Taylor. During home games, these students sounded so good, and they were excited to be playing again.
honestly, it's been a dream for us. I love it. I love doing this. I want to continue doing it with the band. This time we have a new music teacher from HBCU, and he knows what he's doing. And like we get to play songs that I know of, and I love it. And like freshman year, it's kind of fun to see that how freshman year was and how I played. And now senior year is my last year. I get to play so like your first and last. So I kind of like it.
It's hot out here. It's sweaty out here, but we hype out here, and we better than Ocean City. And any band that come out here, we might be new, but we good, and we bringing all the hype to the football games this year and next year.
As a member of the football team, we can hear the band on the field, and they do sound great. We all know fun is not allowed at the high school, but for one student, he loves it. That's because he does it in the ring. Sajid Khan joins us with more on that story. Sajid.
Zaim Hicks fell in love with boxing by chance. His mom saw a boxing video and thought Zaim might enjoy the sport. It took some time, but not only did Zaim like it, last summer he became a champion. Senior Zaim Hicks has been boxing for the last 6 years. That's him in the red. It's a sport he's passionate about.
Boxing means everything to me. Words really can't tell you how much I love it. You just gotta, come see me do my thing.
Zaim's coaches knew right away he had potential. That's why he started boxing competitively the last 2 years.
When my coaches realized, I was putting in dedication, coming in every day, even when I had trouble in the ring, I still came back. So they knew they had to fight it from there.
Zaim was put to the ultimate test. Last summer, his coaches signed him up to compete in a 3-fight tournament in Las Vegas. Instead of being nervous, Zaim was confident.
When my coaches came to me with the plan to go to Vegas, I was shocked, but I knew I could get it done. I knew with all the training I do, all the training I was going to do, I was going to win.
Zaim didn't just win one of his fights. He won all 3 to capture the championship in his weight class. A surprise? Not exactly. Zaim expected it of himself.
When I won the first match, that was expected. When I won the second match, that was expected. When I won the third match, that was expected. I knew I was going to come, and I knew I was going to steal the show.
Now that Zaim won his matches in Las Vegas, he's preparing for nationals in December. Hopefully he'll achieve the same results.
That's amazing. Zaim won all 3 of his fights. We wish him the best in that national tournament. With it being the end of October, the temperature is starting to drop. For the latest forecast, here is Dorothy Adu-Poma.
Thanks, Jado. You're right, it's getting colder. Let's take a look at current conditions. Right now, it's mostly cloudy and only 52 degrees. Looking at the radar, there are lots of clouds. We could see some light rain in some areas, and it's going to stay that way for a while. Here's the extended forecast. Today, it will be mostly cloudy with a high of 57 degrees. There's not much of a change the rest of the week. It's cloudy again on Tuesday. Heavier rain comes in on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, there's still a chance of rain. Finally, on Friday, we dry out with the sun coming back out. The highs during the week are in the 50s with the lows in the 40s. With all this rain and cooler temperatures, you definitely need a jacket this week, sir.
Thanks, Dorothy. Even though it's getting cooler, I'm glad it's not freezing cold yet. Finally, every college appreciates getting a scholarship. That's true no matter your age, even if you're almost 40 years old. Tariq Ransom has a story.
Vagabike is an annual fundraiser in Atlantic City that gives out scholarships to students from Atlantic County. One of those students who received a scholarship is former AC High graduate Pettigay Gibbs, who was 39 years old.
Right now, I'm in like a financial situation where I need to pay for my classes. This is actually going to help me out pay for that.
Miss Gibbs has been working at the ARC of Atlantic County for the last 5 years. As a mother of 3, she wanted to set an example for her kids.
I wanted them to see that I'm still persevering. I want to be a role model for them, and I want them to see that there's always something better out there for them.
Ms. Gibbs plans to graduate in May 2026 with a degree in social work. She's proof that you're never too old to go back to school.
It may take a long time, but you navigate it to your schedule, but do it.
For Viking News, I'm Tariq Ransom.
That's a great story. Congratulations to Ms. Gibbs. She was one of 6 college students who received a $1,000 scholarship.
Former Viking James Haney also received a scholarship. James is a sophomore at the University of Delaware. Of course, he was a standout swimmer here, and he's doing the same at Delaware.
James was a great one. That's going to do it for this October edition of Viking News.
For Sir Lucky, I'm Jadurus Martel. We hope you have a great day, and for those of you trick-or-treating Friday, happy Halloween.